Hello, let's get ready. Look, I blew my hair out straight. It's been interesting. I have not worn my hair straight in so long. I go through phases where I wear it straight, for years. And actually, I saw a video with Melissa McCarthy, and I was like, oh, her hair looks pretty. I want to do that. So I don't know if you'll recall, but one day, I just decided to, I'm not even kidding, I took like this whole hunk of hair, twisted it, and chunked it with my thinning shears. I would never is a very long time, I would never do this to a client. Why? On God's green earth, I thought that would be a good idea to do to my own hair. One time, this is 20 years ago, one time I was at the beach and I had on this cute beach hat. But my bangs were too long. So with the hat on, I trimmed my bangs. With the hat on, smooshing the bangs down. So then when I took the hat off, it was ridiculous. So anyway, there's lots of, I think I've got them all camouflaged, but there's lots of little short pieces. There's one right there trying to pop out. He's hard to see, but he's in there. Ultimately, I like that I've thinned my hair out. I think it does better for curly, and it's doing great for straight. Gives a little volume in places I wasn't expecting. I love being able to have that up and off my face, which I can't normally do. It's also not, this is not all one length right now. So, like my bangs come to here. So, it's not bad. I did that to myself. I'm not completely regretting that I gave myself these long bangs. What's happening? Anyway, all that to say, it turned out better than I thought. And I think that I will continue to thin my hair and just never, ever, ever, I feel like I just opened my mouth when I was wiping this on my face. Never, ever, ever chunk it like that. And definitely don't go too close down to the scalp because it needs to be longer. Some of it couldn't hardly get on the round brush as I was round brushing it. I do all this with a round brush. You can get your hair flat as a flitter, straight as a stick with a brush. You don't have to use a flat iron. I know a lot of people do. I can't use a flat iron. Done here 30 years. I break hair with a flat iron. I am not keeping it on the hair. I don't know. My business partner, she'll be like, this is crazy that you can't use a flat iron. I'm like, well, I can't. It's a no forever. So as I film this today, I'm coming at you from Snowpocalypse 2024. We've just gotten 6 inches of snow here in Middle Tennessee. So it is absolutely beautiful. I was supposed to get a colonoscopy yesterday. So I did all my prep. And the night that so you have to fast. Well, first of all, you have to quit eating certain foods ahead of time. 5 days ahead of time, you have no more nuts and no more, no more broccoli. Isn't that weird? Whatever. No more fried food. I don't eat fried food. Then the day before, and I know most of y'all know this, but anyway, the day before it's liquids only. So I was so hungry. I was even thinking about, at one point I went and ran an errand. No, I went and worked out. And my mind was like, do you want a blizzard? And I'm like, yeah. Like, oh, you can't have a blizzard? You are fasting. And then that night, before I went to bed, I was just, oh my goodness, I was very hungry. Would come and go. It was weird. And that night though, before I went to bed, my body was like, would you like pancakes? Like, I haven't had a pancake in so long. And I'm like, yeah. So anyway, that night they had texted me and they're like, look, we can't promise we're going to be open. Snowpocalypse is supposed to happen, but it may not happen. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead. Because it would really stink for them to be open and then me have to be like, sorry, boo, I didn't do it. So I did it. I did the whole cleanse, yada yada. And they're closed. They're still closed. Everybody's closed. So I get to do that again. Oh, won't that be a good time? But I love those nutrition teas from Nova Nutrition. I get Bat Witch crazy. I love it. They're my very favorite. So on the day that you fast, you know, you can still have liquids. Well, those nutrition teas, they've got protein in them, so they help you feel full. So I had 2, and I told my husband, I said, you know what, because I'm going to have to do the skin in a month or so, I'm just going to get 3 of those nutrition teas and drink them. I did have Jello, and I ate it, but I didn't care for it. I had ginger ale, so I drank one of those. I don't really like ginger ale. Anyway. But I didn't think, okay, I know this is unpopular opinion. I didn't think the clean out stuff was that bad. I am lactose intolerant, so TMI, I have diarrhea all the time. And, but when you clean out with the medicine, there's no pain involved. Like, diarrhea can cause cramping. It can be really painful. So anyway, you know, it was just a clean out. I'm all clean. Lost 6 pounds. I mean, hey. Just weighed just for that. And I'm not weighing again. I don't want to know what I really weigh. I'll keep it right there. Feels good. Okay. It's so cold here. I mean, I think it's so cold all over America right now. But anyway, yesterday we just about couldn't get the house warm. But today we started out keeping it a lot warmer to start with, and so it's good. The house is warm. I mean, yesterday I had on a tank, a sweatshirt. I had on those warm socks. And today I even had a sweater on a minute ago, and I had to take that off. It's like, no, not necessary. Let's see. We don't have any sleds. I buy sleds when I see them. I guess I haven't seen any in a while, because I was asking my grown kids who live here, do we have any sleds? And they're like, nope. I wasn't going to go sledding, but they could if they wanted to. There's a local church that has the best hill for sledding, and my husband said, I drove past and all the sledders are out there. I'm like, heck yeah. They know what to do. They know where to go. I was watching an Angie Hot and Flashy video yesterday, and she took her bronzer. She does a lot of bronzing, contouring tricks that I don't do. But anyway, she took it with a little brush. I always use this big old brush, but I will tell you, I don't know how to do it. And she just put some up here, but she said if you use a little brush, it's more controlled and it won't go everywhere. I was like, what? What, Angie? Mine goes everywhere. What are you talking about? And then I do. I want that. So if you should use a littler brush, and then she just blends it out, you do get more of that little shape right there. Oh, I was like, is it snowing again out there? The snow is falling off a tree. I was like, oh my word. Okay, digging it. Look, it's not even. Don't look. Let's make it even. You know, our faces aren't even anyway. Does it matter? We're not symmetrical, even though a lot of us want to be. Okay, I can't help it. I gotta get out my big fluffy brush. Oh, the reason I was watching the Angie Hot and Flashy, although I think it's great to watch other people do makeup, is I want her brush set. I have decided I do want it, but I decided I wanted something else more instead first. So anyway, it's gonna be a minute. But I was watching her video on her brushes, so and she shows you all these different ways to use them. And she has a hooded eye like myself, but she'll do a fake cut crease. It's where you make it look like you're not hooded. And she does that very well. And I feel like I should try, but I don't know that I want to because I don't think I do that very well. Just saying. Okay. And then my friend Susie gave me this, and I am digging it. I love learning new things. So I am re-listening to the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. And hang on a second. Let me get up my little notepad. So in it, he mentions other books. And what else did he mention? Oh, The Power of Habit. Oh my gosh. That book is just stinking interesting. And then he mentions, I think his name is Alan Carr. He writes a book called The Easy Way to Quit Smoking. And he's got clinics all over the world that'll help you stop smoking, but it's also to help you stop gambling, stop being overweight, all this stuff. So I was like, I mean, I was already, well, all I knew was he had a book about not smoking. So I thought, that's cool. I'm going to just go look at it and see what it says because I love to learn new things. Maybe I'll find something else. Well, it's very dated, and I'm having a really hard time pushing through it. He's got a book called, this is the one I'm reading, it's How to Lose Weight for Women. The Easy Way to Lose Weight for Women. But first he says that overweight people are not happy. They're overweight because they eat too much junk food, and they're fat. No, he didn't call them overweight. They're fat. Fat people. Fat. Anyway, it's very difficult. It's difficult to listen to. But I'm hoping I learned something. And one thing he said, but I mean, I just felt like you could just go read Intuitive Eating and get all the same things, if not, well, a heck of a lot more because it's amazing. I highly recommend Intuitive Eating, which Vanderbilt suggested I read, and my sister read years ago. And I'm like, dang it, this book has been around. It's very good. But he does say to think about like what it is you're about to eat. What is it going to do for you? And you know how like if you overeat something, my cat wants out. One of the cats wants out. Anyway, okay, let's just say you eat a pan of brownies or you eat too much of anything. How's it going to make you feel? You know, have you ever, like I hit an age where if I ate too much at lunch at work, I was lethargic after lunch and I really didn't want to do anything. But I have to go to work. So I learned to eat smaller lunches. This is before I even started losing weight. And it's funny that I didn't even notice that like I'm eating a smaller lunch and I feel good and have more energy. Isn't that interesting that I didn't even like totally capture that? But that's what he wants you to think about, which I mean, intuitive eating kind of does, but intuitive eating is fantastic. But I'm going to try to push through this. But my whole point in talking about what I'm listening to and reading is I'm reading Wellness. I don't know who that's by. But it came highly recommended. It's written like a fictional book, but I think I'm going to learn things from it. So interesting. We'll see what happens. But Outlive. That's what I was really trying to get to. I just got off the waiting list for Outlive. So I'm super excited about that. Super excited. Now what do we want to do today? I know I just did a video with the Morphe palette because I'm loving it. I just loaned, what's back here? Mario, let's play with Mario. I just loaned my Huda Beauty Pretty Grunge to my sister. She's having a lot of fun with that. This is cute. Do we want to play with that? Let's play with this and use colors I don't normally use. I mean, I'm not planning to go anywhere. It's a snowpocalypse. Well, I am going to use the lightest color. Oh, you know what? I haven't done my eyebrows yet. Let's go do those. I'm going to put that just on my movable eyelid. And let me do my eyebrows because I forgot them. Get out the old mirror. See what's happening here. Sometimes when I brush my eyebrows, they like stuff comes off of them, like a weird powder. Where does that come from? What is that? I don't know. Oh, you know what? This is on its last leg. I wonder if I have more. I'm usually, I have another one. This is my favorite eyebrow pencil of all time. I've been using it for 6 years. You know, the crazy thing is we've had snowpocalypse, and I took off an extra day from work because of the colonoscopy. Totally didn't need it, but hey, that could not have worked out any better. And this brow is a little thinner than the other brow. The cool thing about this pencil though, like you can just kind of pencil in, and then when you brush it, it just blends it. And it's just blended. Looks great. Whoop whoop. Okay. I usually forget to put the clear gel on my eyebrows until 5 minutes later, and then it's like, oh wait, I haven't done that yet. Oops. I've got candles burning in my house. It smells so good and candly. That's a word, candly. I always do my waterline with just a little. Not bad. Okay. Now, back to the eyeshadow. Okay. Said I'm going to use colors I don't normally use. Hold me, I'm scared. So, we're going to go in this Oh, they're by numbers. EE7. Okay, what else? I'm gonna go in this. I've not yet used that, so I'm gonna do what I normally do. I'm gonna go over here on this outer edge and build from there and then blend it out to the middle. So I take Spanish lessons and we're doing the most fun things. We've done Little Red Riding Hood and the Three Little Pigs, and now I'm working on Goldilocks and the Three Bears. But my teacher is doing something different this week. Last week I read the story on my own and I wrote down all the vocabulary I didn't know and I just kind of studied it. It wasn't a big deal. And then we went over the story when we had our lesson and she had me translate it into English. And it went great. She gave me an A+. I love getting A+. So this week we're doing Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but instead of me reading it, she went ahead and pulled out the vocabulary that she thinks I don't know. And I'm gonna study it and then just try to read the story and translate it. No pressure. But it's way more fun. I've studied for 2 years. It's way more fun doing this than I thought it would be. When she first said that I needed to read Little Red Riding Hood, Caperucita Roja, I was like, no ma'am, no, I don't need to do that. Love to tell her what to do. She's great. And then she told me why we were gonna do it. Okay, and so now I'm gonna go in with this little darker color and just, I don't know, we're gonna build. I'm gonna stay a little bit further to the outer edge. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Oh, I might like this. Now that would be really cool. And now we're gonna go over here. Outer edge, just softly blending. Look, imagine if I had Angie's brushes, how much better this would look. We'd all be like, oh, that looks so much better. Okay, that's definitely darker. Now I'm just gonna do this, which I don't know if this does any good or not, but it makes me feel better about it. Pretend I'm blending. I'm gonna go back to this lighter color and just blend that out a little bit too, soften it so it looks a little more blendy. Blendy, blendy, blend. Tenedor. El tenedor is the word for fork. The other day, my sister and I, we were saying cuchara, which is spoon, I think, and cuchillo, which is knife. But I was like, I cannot remember the word for fork. El tenedor. Yay. My sister does speak Spanish. It's pretty awesome. She just had a birthday party for my nephew. He turned 8. It's so hard to believe. How is he 8? He's adorable. He's so cute. Little kids are just the cutest. Anyway, I think this is really working out. I'm really surprised. Okay. Anyway, she had 3 other people there who were native Spanish speakers. I mean, how crazy wild is that? Like, it wasn't on purpose. My little medium blender from Sydney Grace. I am gonna go in with this dark color here to do my little, right here at the lash line, just do that little pop of dark right there in your corner, but don't go out. If you need to zoom in, just pinch your screen. Don't go out past your eyeball, okay? And it's going right in here and do the same thing. You're just gonna pop that in, and I'm gonna take some more and look at it up close. Oh yeah, that's working. Oh, I'm kind of liking this. I really didn't expect to. This is pretty. And we're not even done yet. What? But wait, there's more. Infomercials. Oh my goodness. You know what's more fun than watching an infomercial? I used to like watching those. Love to watch a workout video, especially if I'm planning on doing it and then I don't. Just sit there and watch that choreographed movement. It's so soothing. I know, I really like it. Okay, I don't know if you can see this on your screen, but that is just wicked looking. So I'm gonna stick my finger in it. Okay. Well, let's stick our finger in that one too. Oh, that's way gold. That's gold. This is the one I just did. We're gonna wipe that off. I don't want gold. I'm gonna put this in the middle, just like right down here. It's not bad. It doesn't look too dark, but I think I'm gonna do something lighter, which is not in this palette. It's pretty. I like it. So let's go to this one. GloMinerals, Cityscape. And I like this just little light shimmer right here. I'm just gonna pop that in. With a hooded eye, I think, see how that's just brighter than that? You just need a little brightness. You can't make that all too dark where it'll just close your eye in. Like this lets you see we've got depths and dimension going on, where if you just do like it all the way dark or all the way across, it just sinks your eye down. Did you know you don't have to do this? But we see our moms doing it, so then we do it too. Or our friends, maybe. Yeah, I don't know that I watched my mom do makeup. Maybe, but I doubt it. She never wanted me to hang out in her room. She was all like, get out of here. So I'm gonna take this little flat brush. It's just a little flat brush, and go in the inner corner. This is cool. All right, and then let me wipe this brush off. I'm gonna go, I was gonna go in there, but I'm tempted to do this one. No, we're gonna stick with this because this is what I've done. And I'm just going to bring a little underneath there. And then make sure you just got a little continuity here, just a little. Don't go crazy train. I'm speaking to myself as much as you because I can go crazy and be like, oh, that looks good. Blend, blend. All right. Add a little eyeliner. I like it a little thicker in the outer corners. And then taper down to nothing. Guess what? My grandmother passed away, let's just say 20 years ago. I don't really know when. And she left me, she had started working on me a quilt. Bless my heart, I was 30 years old. And she's like, what size quilt would you like? I'd like a king size quilt, grandmother. So it's an awkward twin size right now. She didn't finish it. And a friend of mine told me that there is an organization that will finish your loved one's project. As long as it's not moldy, doesn't smell like mothballs, preferably not from a smoker's home, and it has to have been like substantially started. And I'm like, oh, My grandmother's quilt fits all those qualifications. The only thing is, it's called a cathedral window, and you, every bit of this is stitched by hand that she has done. And she, inside there's all these little pockets of color, and she used the same fabric, and it was my least favorite fabric of hers. It's this red with Christmas, holly leaves, and rocking horses. Like, I never enjoyed that fabric at all. And I have a whole, you know, awkwardly shaped twin size quilt with that. So I bought a little variety pack of quilting fabric 5 years ago. And it's just all these different colors, with the intention of one day I'm going to do something with that. But now that I have, like, I've taken this quilt places before and tried to hire someone to finish it. And there was a place in Mount Juliet, and when I took it to them, they were like, oh no, you have to finish this. And I'm like, but I'm not. And I'm like, no, you have to. And I'm like, I don't know how. And they're like, well, you have to. I mean, that's just all they kept saying. It was just a no forever. So anywho, I'm replacing the red squares, and it's more fun than I thought it would be. I'm really enjoying it. I never would have thought I would enjoy this, but I am. Isn't that crazy? I think I've replaced 6 or 7 squares, and it's taken me hours. But I have to take out I have a seam ripper or something like that, so I can take out what she's done and take her little square off and pull the little threads out, and then cut me a square and then sew it back on. So I have gone and cut out a bunch of squares that my cats promptly knocked over yesterday, which they don't normally knock things over, so that was a surprise. And so I'm just enjoying. I just take my time. I'm not worried about it. There's no rush. It's really cool, and it's very satisfying. So don't you know, I'm talking about this with my family and stuff, and so now on my Facebook feed, it's like all these sewing kits are popping up, and one looks really cool. I saved it for after I finish this quilt, but I'm not buying it until I'm done with it, because I have watercolor kits. I've done one watercolor painting. One. I don't even know what the kit is I have put in the drawer. But anyway, here we are with all the snow, and I'm just enjoying the birds and quilting. And also I've made cookies and brownies, and I cooked 2 meals yesterday. I'm like, what is happening? But goodness, that colonoscopy clean out though, you know, it was saying you're going to be dehydrated and all that stuff. So you take your first cleanse at night, and you do your second one in the morning. So you drink 16 ounces of this stuff, which doesn't really have a flavor. It's like mildly salty. So you drink that, and then you follow it up with 16 more ounces of water. And I think that's just to help push everything through. Excuse me. And yesterday morning when I got up, I did not have to even go to the bathroom. You know, you get up, you just go to the bathroom. No, didn't need to do that. And I was just laying there in bed like, I haven't been this dehydrated in forever, never. I've never woke up and not had to go to the bathroom. I don't remember that ever happening. It was really creepy. Yeah, that was creepy. But anyway, I'm back to drinking all my water. And I got to work out this morning. They did our workout via Zoom. It was just me and one other girl and the instructor. But we Zoomed it. We did our workout. Okay, I think my makeup's done. I'm digging it. What do you think? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please remember me to your friends if they're looking for a chatty get ready with me. And I'll see you next time.